Wow, you can't get a better picture than this. I mean, this is beautiful. We've already walked around the mall this morning with the dog, and she's much more patient than I am. I always want to, take the dog out to go to the bathroom and then come back, get rid of him so we can really chill out. How are you doing?
Okay.
Good. Well, we just got out of bed for about an hour ago. Hope you guys are doing well this morning. A lot of stuff going on in the world. Hi. And you ever just your mind's going, your thoughts are going, you're thinking about tomorrow, you're thinking about the future. It kind of reminds me of the verse, "Do not worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow has enough problems of its own." You ever wake up in the middle of the night I do this a couple times a week where I'm waking up thinking about the next day and how I'm going to solve it. And it's almost like I believe as if I think it through enough that somehow I'm going to bring a resolution to it at 3 o'clock in the morning.
A lot of it is like we're so used to doing that to ourselves, that running, that racing, that we think if we take a moment and not race, that
We think we're actually doing something.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's been a lot of studies about things we worry about that 99% of it never comes true, never comes about. And really, I think when we're worrying about the future, aren't we being God? Aren't we trying to judge things and maneuver things and control things? And, in our minds, we're telling the same stories. If we will just sit and observe the stories, the thoughts, could you just write them down and go, okay, that's the story I keep telling myself. That person died. They keep dying. They've died more in our head than they did actually at the hospital. They died once. That person said one hurtful thing, yet we keep telling that same story to ourselves. It just seems like in our head, if we would just sit and observe and realize that those stories are not here, and we're missing this beautiful hummingbird, oh my gosh, that is sitting there right there.
He is.
That is we're missing these moments.
And really, it's the peace that passes understanding. We were talking about that, and how, we wonder why we don't have that kind of peace in our lives activated. And it's because we're stuck in our understanding or our ways of doing things, instead of really questioning, inquire about, are we at home with ourselves? And are we at peace with ourselves? Because honestly, that's where it starts. You do not have the capacity to be at peace with anybody else until you can honestly sit at home with yourself and know that we all have the same mind. We all have the same tendencies.
All the same thoughts.
All the same thoughts. All of the same worries. All of the same. And there's this understanding that is universal, that begins to go, I don't have to be shameful that I have had these patterns, or that I've caused myself pain in these areas. But there's another way. And that other way is peace. And that other way is tapping into an intelligence that is far deeper. And I think that's really what faith is. Faith is the ability to tap into that higher intelligence of knowing, that wisdom that is going to take care of tomorrow, is going to take care of everything we need when we need it. And I love that. I just, that brings me so much peace, because that's what we're talking about.
Peace. So it's the peace that passes all understanding. Understanding, that's thinking, isn't it? It's our understanding. You know, we see somebody say something or they whisper something to somebody and we think it's about us. You know, we have an understanding that that's the way it is. Or my boss, he did this, he did that, therefore, you know, this is my understanding. I know this is to be true. Or my mom, my dad, my brother, my sister, my friend, my acquaintance, my neighbor. We have these understandings of stories that we've told ourselves that, you know, that we make it about us.
Yeah.
And so there's this understanding of I'm in financial ruin, or an understanding of this isn't going to work out, or understanding I know my child's headed the wrong way. Oh God, if they marry the wrong person, their destiny's in jeopardy. You know, all these crazy stories.
Like we can control those things anyway.
My mom and dad, out of all the things, the helicopter parents and all the things they tried to get me to do and to keep me from doing, I did everything I wanted to anyway. It didn't stop me. The over-sheltering didn't keep me from anything I ever wanted to do. And so it's that understanding. We have these understandings, these mindsets, these structures of thinking, of fear and worry and depression and anxiety, even just boredom and the unease of I'm sick of watching Netflix and Amazon and Hulu and the news and oh my gosh, you know, this forced, you know, COVID thing, forced to be in the house. It's almost like a forced meditation, a forced sitting. You know, it's that scripture, they that wait upon the Lord. And a lot of times, I hate that word wait because it's misleading, because Americans and Westerners and most of the world, humans, we don't like to wait. Like, I gotta wait, what time is it? Or I gotta wait in this line, I gotta wait on this red light, I've gotta wait for this to happen, and if this will, once this happens, then I'll be happy. And there's this waiting. And really, if you look at that verse, it's not just that context, but it's to linger, to collect. And what if we, like Hebrews 4, when it says that there's a rest prepared for the people of God, enter into that rest? What if there's rest, and the only place that rest is found is here and now? Like Nadine was saying, that home is here.
Right here.
That this is it. There's nothing else that needs to be added to this moment. That we have everything we need, like Philippians says, everything we need for life and godliness. So let's go back to that word understanding. So we have all these understandings that cause us suffering, that hurt our bodies, that hurt our minds, that really hurt people around us because we're not who we're supposed to be.
I've made myself physically sick over my knowing or my understandings, and I was so attached to my pain to the point where physically I started to shut down. And sometimes we're so out of touch with even our bodies, because I feel like at a cellular level our cells are running and racing, and that's the stress response, right? You can feel when you let your body totally relax. You can tell when you allow your mind to be at peace. And that's all we're saying, is it's easy to do that.
So we have these understandings that cause depression, that cause anxiety, that cause fear. These understandings that we know to be right. Like, we're right about this. You know, my child's going the wrong way. All these understandings that cause anxiety, fear, unease, boredom, make us sick, make us stressed, make us lose sleep, make us overeat, all those things. Over-exercise sometimes, where we hurt ourselves.
I go, you can be right, I'm going to be free.
Yeah, I'm going to be free. There you go.
You know?
And so it's that peace that transcends our understanding. And that peace comes from the stillness within. Be still You could be running and have stillness. You could be moving and working and talking and have stillness. And the stillness is the realization that everything on the outside of you changes.
And
But
that
it's the
knowing,
inside that's not changing.
that scripture, that type of knowing is not a conceptual knowing. It's not your mind knowing everything you've learned. It's a deeper knowing that scripture is talking about. And you know, it's not allowing your mind to use you. The mind has a function. The mind is useful in your work and in the things you're doing in life. But if we're not tapping into that deeper knowing, that wisdom and intelligence that's deeper than that, then your mind is using you and you really think that's who you are.
You think it's normal.
Yeah, like all of those knowings, all of those little knowings are who I am. And that's not it. You're missing the whole, you're living life at a very surface level if you think that who I am, who Nadine is all of these little knowings. There's a deeper knowing, and
That's presence.
yeah.
And what is presence? It's the Creator God who created all things. What really matters is that which was before the beginning. What did it look like before the beginning? It was stillness. It was presence. God's presence
void.
only. Creator
Yeah.
God's presence only. And then He created us in His likeness, and we reflect Him. And so His presence is the presence inside of us.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the realization of stillness, which is peace.
Yeah. Love it.
How's that? I think I need to go take a shower.
And we're pretty sweaty.
Yeah.
But the hummingbird's still over there.
Check this out. Look at this beautiful setting. You guys have a good day. It's beautiful. It's beautiful all around you. Can you notice things today and see things? See birds and see how beautiful everything is around you? And when you start noticing those things, your thinking will stop when you wait and linger and collect that rest that's prepared for you. Life just seems to work out.
It does.
Have a good day.